If you clicked on this video, I am 100% sure you're in that stagnant phase, you know? And sometimes you could have grown so much in a period of time, but then it feels like you're in a phase where it's all, it's like one line. There's not much has changed in your life, maybe in your career, maybe in your relationships, or maybe you're trying to grow, but there isn't any progress that you're seeing. So this video, I'll basically just point out a couple of things that could probably be what is causing you to be in this stagnant phase in your life. So if you're new here, welcome. Karibu sana. My name is Eunice Mukimba. This is Think Amazon Therapy. I am a mental health enthusiast. I figured that would be a nice summary for exactly what I am. So I'm a mental health enthusiast, and I'm basically just somebody who wants to spread a lot of positivity and a lot of good energy into the world. So this is my tiny little corner on my YouTube platform where I share videos on how to. I share videos on my own experiences and my own lessons in life. I also just, sometimes I just share also my poetry and my spoken word. I will share links to, I think, something that every single woman should listen to. And also, at the end of the day, please subscribe to my channel. I am still trying to get it to a bunch of subscribers. I think I'm at around 70 when I'm filming this video. And I would hope to actually get to 1,000 and probably to 10,000, big dreams. And yeah, basically subscribe to my channel, leave me a like after this video. But let's just get started, okay? Like I said, you might find yourself in a phase in life where everything is just stagnant. Nothing is really progressing. Yes, not that you're not content with life, but I feel like life is about growth. I have this thing where I tell my friends when I haven't seen them in so long that, hey, when I see you, I want to see change. I really hope for change. I hope for growth. I hope for healing. I hope for all these things. But sometimes we find ourselves in that state in life where everything is just a little bit stagnant. And the first reason could be something I learned from the Tyler Perry story. One time I watched a video that he was sharing with Joel Austin, and he was saying how he had found himself in a place in life where he basically had just given so much of himself and even so much of other people's money trying to produce this plays, and nobody would come. He felt his content was amazing, but people weren't coming in the way they should. And one time he found himself having a conversation with his dad. I forget what exactly had happened, the 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, but in a nutshell, his father was an abusive man to his mother and also to him. And when he found himself in this place where him and his father had to have a conversation, I think it was a forced situation, but it's one of those things that you thank God for. And so the first thing I learned from this story is that you could be holding on to resentment and unforgiveness, and that's something, he was able to tell off his dad for all the things that the dad had done, and then he left it right there. That was the end of the conversation. And sometimes confrontation is important, but I don't think it's necessarily necessary for you to get over the place of resentment. Yeah. So the first reason you could find yourself in a place where you're stagnant, because according to Tyler Perry, after this whole experience, he started seeing a quick change in his life. Like all of a sudden his plays had like a bunch of people lining up the door trying to watch his plays, and from there it's until up to date we're hearing he's a billionaire. So 100% I feel like for him, letting go of his resentment and his unforgiveness over something that had been done to him by his father, or something that had been done to people that he cared for. So that is something that could be stopping you from going to the next phase, from growing, and you could find yourself in a very, stagnant place in your life because you're not letting go, you're not forgiving things that need to be forgiven. So you might need to just, search yourself, search from the inside what it is that you're holding on to, whether it's an ex you haven't forgiven, whether it's your parents you haven't forgiven, whether it's yourself you haven't forgiven. But that's something you might want to look into so you could move to the next phase. The second thing that I have definitely been aware of when it comes to growth is that you're only stuck in the phase that you are in because there's a lesson to be learned. And there is, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, because I do definitely understand that people have different names for whatever it is that guides them through this life. For me, it's Christianity and it's God. So I always feel like if I'm stuck somewhere, there's a lesson in the situation I am in, and it means I'm not learning this lesson. So I have to actually just go back and try and figure out what could it be that God is trying to teach me, that I need to just quickly learn. Because sometimes I could be making the same mistakes over and over again and still asking myself, why aren't I growing? Because you're not learning the lesson that you've been asked to learn, So learn the lessons as quickly as you need to, yeah? I know sometimes we have stubborn spirits and we're like, why am I the only one who needs to learn these lessons and stuff like that? But listen to me, you want to learn those lessons as quickly as you can and, as easily as you can, because I have this experience, and I think a lot of you have also shared this experience, that when you don't learn the lesson the first time, the second time it will be taught a little bit harder. It will hurt worse, and the longer you take, it just gets a lot harder. So you'd rather just learn it ASAP. Okay. Number 3, you could not be content. Now, I know it might sound like it's conflicting when I say growth and I say contentment, but growth is necessary to be able to just function in this world. I don't think we should just operate and be the same from, age 8 to age 80. But at the same time, we need to be content with the things that we already do have, even as we strive to get to where we want to be, right? Like, I can't hate my position at my job today and want to get promoted to a better position, or want to get another job in the similar field, or stuff like that. Like, you've got to learn to enjoy and be content and be satisfied with what it is that you have, even as you work towards the next step. And I feel like once you're not satisfied with what you have, it really hinders you in your growth process to the next step. You won't find yourself being able to do what you need to do to get to the next step. So learn, that might be something you will need to do. Yeah, learning to be comfortable and be content and be satisfied and be grateful and appreciative of what you already have, even in the process of growing. For example, I know a lot of people do struggle and do pray for this and do hope, to be in maybe a nice sustaining relationship and a nice romantic relationship, yeah? And I feel like if you're not content and you're not satisfied being single, I am sorry, but it might not be possible for you to kind of get to that place where, you're happy in a relationship. It's something they say that if you're not happy alone, you cannot be happy with somebody else. Yeah? So that might be also something you need to look into, your contentment level. The last one, personally, my life has always had more purpose when it was more externally filled, in terms of, how do I put this, service to other people. Like right now, doing what I do, doing the counseling, doing the therapy sessions, doing the life coaching, doing the sobriety coaching, I do find myself a lot more satisfied than when it's just about doing stuff that benefits me, right? So the last thing that I might talk about, the fourth thing, is that you might be in the place that you are in and you're not growing because there is somebody or there is something, there's a purpose that you're meant to fulfill in this phase that you find yourself stuck in, right? And you're not ready to go to the next level if you haven't fulfilled this purpose. Yeah, if you haven't, grown to connect with a certain person or a certain situation that is in this level or phase that you are in, you might find yourself consistently stagnant for so long because you're not learning. Now, I want to encourage every single one of you who's watching this to just learn to be happy and learn to want growth for yourself. That is something that you just have to continuously and consistently search for. Growth is necessary. I don't have expectations for things to always be the same. Change is something that is constant in this world, and you have to be prepared for that. And you have to also want it for yourself. Yeah. So leave a comment below on the questions that you might have about this whole stagnant stage. It could be something that you might need one-on-one talk therapy, and that's also in a link in the description box where you can access my WhatsApp or link to a website where you can be able to make payments for the therapy sessions. Yes, I do charge, but it's a very little fee. At the end of the day, I want to help people, and it's really important for me to help people and to just spread love, peace, and joy, and also to be able to encourage more people to just live their lives in the best way possible every single day. Okay, you don't have to be waiting for anything. Even as you wait for the next phase in your life, I pray that you just have fun with where it is that you are right now. Okay, even as you learn those lessons, even as you get excited over all these new things that are coming, learn to enjoy also what you have at the moment. Learn to be happy and content. Learn to forgive and get away from the resentment, and just enjoy every single day purposefully. Okay, that was it from me today. God bless you, and thank you.